Hey guys, I'm here today because I'm gonna teach you how to play chess. I know you guys probably seen my other videos where I play chess, but I just wanted to do a little explanation on how the pieces move and how I play the game, so you guys get a better idea on what's going on. So I thought I'd take the time and teach you guys how all the pieces in the chessboard move. And not only am I gonna teach you how the pieces in the chessboard move, but I was hoping I'm making this a series where I teach you guys how I play chess. So, first we're going to start off with the movement of the pawns. So, on the first move, a pawn can always move up 2 times. It can move up twice. This can come for an advantage on either side. You want to push center. You're trying to get the center space right here. All these 4 spots right here, you're trying to take control of that. The knight, on the other hand, the knight can either go up and over 2 or up 2 over 1. They can also do that backwards, so it can land there, there, there. These 8 spots are how the knight moves. The knight, I explained the knight first because it's a little bit more of a complicated piece, and the rest of them are pretty damn simple. A rook, on the other hand, a rook can move in any direction laterally. So it can go up, down, all the way left and right as well. Any open space, it can go. It cannot jump over. The knight, on the other hand, since it is back here, it can jump over pieces. The knight is the only piece that can jump pieces. And the bishop, which is this guy right here, he can move diagonally on the color that he is on. So let's say we move this guy right here. So he has the freedom of direction to go all the way to these squares. And now the king, he can only move one in every direction. So currently, these are his only available squares. A queen, she is kind of like if you put a bishop and a rook together. She can move diagonally and horizontally and laterally. She can go there, she can go there. All of these directions she can go. See what I'm saying? Obviously, she can't go diagonally to the left or diagonally down to the right because there are pieces blocking her. She cannot jump pieces like the knight. Like I said, the knight is the only one that can jump pieces. There are a little bit more complicated maneuvers, but that's for later on. I'm going to play one game for you guys right now so you guys can see what I mean, and I'll explain each of my moves. So hopefully we get white first. If we don't, that's okay. White is always going to be attacking since they get first move. What we're doing as black is going in response to their moves. So he pushed his pawn up. Just to counteract that, because I don't know what he's doing quite yet, I'm just gonna push my pawn up too, because it opens up this area for the queen and the bishop, which is why he did it too. And he's rushing. This is totally unnecessary. He doesn't even have, or he's going to try and get his bishop right here. What can we do to defend this? See, he's attacking this piece right here, and because it's not defended right now, so the next move he can just take it. But if I put something like the bishop right here, he can't take it now because I'll just take his queen. And his queen is worth more. Just so you guys know, each piece on the board is worth a certain amount of points. So a queen is the most, well, the king is the priciest piece. That's just how you end the game. A queen is worth 9 pieces or 9 points. A pawn is worth 1 point. A bishop and knight, these are both worth 3 points each. And a rook is worth 5. Let's say if it was a trade for this queen, for the bishop, he only got 1 point. I just received 9, so I'm up by 8. So there is a point system in chess. He's trying to attack this right here, this spot right here, but I'm not going to allow him by simply pushing this pawn up, defending that spot right there. He can't push down. I'm going to put that in defense because once again, he's trying to go for this piece, but by putting the knight here, my queen can defend that. And by the way, I'm not playing very well right now. I'm just showing you how the pieces work. I'm not strategically trying to win this match. I'm just trying to show you how things work. What he just did is he is what we call developed. What you're trying to do is get all of these pieces out onto the board first so that you have a space to do something called castling. A castle is when there's nothing in between the rook and the king, and there's nothing threatening the king in check, and the king has not yet moved. So that means what we can do is a castle, which is a defensive maneuver that also develops your rook. So what I just did there is I dragged my king over onto my rook, and the computer knew to set the pieces up like this. because that's what a castle is. See, I'm super underdeveloped here. He is still kind of blocking himself from developing because of not this piece, but because of these pieces right here. It'll take a couple moves for him to finish developing. So what my goal is to beat him to developing. What I'm going to do is sacrifice his bishop because the bishop and the knight are worth the same amount, and I prefer to have my knights on the board because they can jump over pieces. So, and he'll double up his pawns, which is always a bad maneuver because now he cannot move his bishop out this way. And then we're gonna start going for the center. You want to get the center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push this pawn up twice, and I understand that it's being threatened, but I have counted that it doesn't matter because I'm going to just push this up. Losing that one piece doesn't really matter as long as you can make up for it. So this knight is defended. This pawn is defended by the knight. So this queen is kind of useless right now. She's got to move because he's threatening her. She has to move to a spot where I'm not about to destroy her. So this pawn, if I move the knight, will no longer be defended. So what I'm going to do is continue to defend it, doubling up the defense on it so that I can move this knight. I could have moved the knight to offset the queen, but she would have just taken the pawn. So now I have the ability where I can take this pawn, winning back the one pawn I lost earlier. He will most likely take with the bishop, unless he doesn't, because now he realizes that we're even. So why would he lose more pieces? But let's see what he does first. By putting this here, I'm also threatening his queen, by the way, as you saw. I don't know if you saw that, but he decided to take the bishop, which is probably his best move because I was threatening his queen. So now I get the bishop for basically free. I lost my knight, but like I said, this center is now mine. He can't take it with the knight. With the queen because everything's defended. See, he just did the castling thing. So that's a defensive move to get your king out of the center and out of the line of fire. So what he did was he defended himself with these 5 pieces. Now I can't really get to him. So what I'm going to try to do is break this open. I'm going to start simplifying, which is just trading pieces that are worth the same amount to try to develop something that I think is useful. So there you go. See, now this is open and his piece is gone, and he's doubled up these pawns, which is not good in any situation ever. So I'm going to try to continue developing here. What I'm going to do is get all of my pieces out. And as you see, I'm kind of building a border of my area. He won't really step into any of this area. I kind of control it. The point of this match, a lot of this, he won't really step into it because I'll just take him over. But he doesn't really have too much space. This is quite open. So if I push up there, he's trying to get center back, but I don't have to let him. What I'll do here is, yes, I understand I'm taking a 1 point piece in trade for a 3-point piece, but in turn, I will be threatening this rook. So I think this might actually be our best bet. Sacrificing that knight might be a good idea. Because now I'm gaining all of this area over here because he can't really travel over here. So I'm gaining really most of this side of the board as my area. And I'm trying to invade his space is what's really happening here. So if he doesn't take this knight, what I'll do is I'll triple threaten. And he won't be able to take it. So I will jump this knight here, which will then be attacking this piece, and this piece. And since he will be in check, he won't be able to defend me taking it. So he's kind of smart, kind of a fool, because what he's doing is trying to prevent me from moving my knight so that he can take with the rook. But problem with that is I'm going to check him, which means he must defend the king, which will most likely either mean putting it there or there. I doubt he'll corner it into itself, but he can't take my queen right now. See, he resigned because he knew he could not take my queen, and I would end up winning his. Let's go to the game review to see how I would have won his queen. So it's his move. This is a great move, as the computer says. It's his move here. So he would most likely have. I would assume that he would have put it here to defend it some more. May be a bad play. Who knows? Yeah, see, KG2 is best. I take. He must defend again. Doesn't even matter because I'm checking him again. He can kind of push forward to threaten this, or he could take with the bishop. Didn't even think of that. So let's say he takes with the bishop, right? He takes with the bishop. Whatever, that piece is gone. Oh no, I'm an idiot actually, because good thing he ended the match where he ended it, because I would have played it very incorrectly. So I guess the correct move here would have been to take his rook, which I still would have been up by 6 points. As you see, that I didn't really try too hard in that match, and as you guys saw, I was still taking my area over. This whole area was what I was trying to take over. I play chess more spatially. Don't worry too much on openings. Just try to respond to what your opponent's trying to do, or if you're white, try to attack as quickly as possible and take over the center. A lot of people focus on their openings and then they get lost into being very dependent on certain moves. If you aren't aware of most common chess openings, then those are just going to go right over your head, and the moves that you have prepared are going to mean basically nothing, and they'll take you apart very quickly. So the better idea as a starting player is to try to gain center. So if I'm white, what I'll try to do is push my center pawn up, giving this space to be free, trying to open all this area up for me. What they almost likely do is mirror that or start to threaten. Both are really they don't really gain much from it except for starting and opening. So we'll say they mirror me. So they will most likely push up this pawn or this pawn. Even if they do something odd like push up this or even threaten with that. It doesn't matter what they do. You're trying to gain center before they do. Even if they're threatening you, it doesn't really matter. What I always do is try to gain center. So they think that this is an opening to take a piece, they'll take that piece. I'm just trying to open center and develop for me. So I still have the centerpiece. This guy's alone. And he's also in threat. So they probably would not have taken that actually. They may have defended and threatened. Doesn't really matter to me. So let's say they do that. I'm going to defend and offend. Like we're doing both at the same time here, and we're developing. We're killing 3 birds with 1 stone. I'm just trying to gain this center area so it can't land there. So nothing can land there, 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 or there. Theoretically speaking, because I have all these pieces defending, so I'm kind of gaining this area for myself. That's really what I try to do when I'm playing a chess match. That might be a bit much for one lesson, but you guys came here to see me chief. I came to chief, you know what I'm saying? Don't have too much left in this cart, but we're gonna chief it for you guys. I'll take a couple rips from the cart. Can you see? Yeah. It's kind of clogged. Give me a sec. Damn. Why is the voltage so high and the battery's so low? Well, just hit it while it charges like a real ghetto man. Let's go again. Plus the voltage is really high. Oh, maybe it doesn't let you hit while it's plugged in. Here. Ooh, they're not very fat today because there's not much left in the cart, and the battery's going to die soon. All right, to YouTube, I'll see you guys later. Come back for the second tutorial video. Make sure you guys check me out on twitch.com/redeyechess. That's where all of these videos are recorded live. I'm actually going to continue streaming after I'm done recording this video. I'll probably be streaming either more chess or some Minecraft while getting lit. I know it's Red Eye Chess, not Red Eye Gaming, but we'll be all right. If you guys would like to check me out, come over to the Twitch, like, comment, subscribe on this video. If you guys would like to learn more on how I play chess or how to play chess in general, let me know and I'll keep making videos like this. Peace out.